tap-in for Ipswich. Dormer is nowhere. It's run into the net by Philogene, and Ipswich have gone and scored at Old Trafford in the opening minutes. Add that to the catalogue of errors from the goalkeeper. Bruno Fernandes at pace, a great ball. Manchester United's set piece pays off perfectly. Zirkzee went for it. He's not claiming it. All the hard work was done with the quality from Bruno Fernandes. A huge sigh of relief all around Old Trafford. Warning. Puts height on this one. Palmer can't get through the crowd. Has to get down and block it on the line. Delow, second time. Delight will turn it in. And Manchester United have turned it round in just, 3-4 minutes. They go in front 2-1. O'Shea to Tuanzebe. Dorgu snapping in. Bit of a payback, that one, for the challenge. A few yards down the field, maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Oh, I tell you what, that for me is a red card. I've got no idea why it's taken this long. That is a red card all day, every day. A low block. I'm sure Ipswich wouldn't have come across that many times in the Premier League. This.
Oh, it's a great looking ball. It's gone right through Onana. Philogene lifted it in there. Delout went for it. The ball went on its merry way to the net, and Ipswich Town have levelled it at 2-2. Problem for Palmer and Ipswich. And again, Maguire does it. That's better than they could have hoped for at the start of this second half. Manchester United are back in front. It's all over. Manchester United win, but what a way to get it done. Only the 5th Premier League win for Amorim.
Most recently in 2011, both will feel they can go deep in this season's Europa League, but neither had the ideal start. Porto beaten at Bodo Glimt. United held at home by Twente. Rashford. Need to have a run at João Mario. A lovely feat from Marcus Rashford! And Manchester United lead inside 7 minutes. Marcus Rashford with the goal. But big question marks over Diogo Costa. He'll be really frustrated with that, but United will take it.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Eriksson brushes the challenge off and finds Marcus Rashford. And Højlund! It's crept through again. Manchester United double their lead. And again, it's at that near post. And again, it comes down the left-hand side. And Rasmus Højlund is off the mark for the season in this, his first start. Gonzalez with the ball inside. João Mario with the cross. Oh, good save, Onana! And turned in! They're back in it. And it's Pepe with the header. Onana did so well to keep out the first effort, but was helpless with the second. João Mario with the ball over. Eustáquio is in there, and so is Gonzalez. João Mario and Samu! 2-2! Onana beaten again. Pepe with Samu waiting in the middle, and Samu! They've turned it on its head. It's gone from the sublime to the ridiculous for Manchester United. Garnacho fires it in. Bruno Fernandes was there, and there was a high boot. Already on a yellow card. Well, the Porto player's not happy about the way that Fernandes went in for that. It was clearly an honest attempt to go for the ball, but it wasn't very high. Eriksen to deliver the corner. Time running out on Manchester United. They've equalised. Yet more drama at the drag-out. Harry Maguire, up from the back, scores what could prove to be, for Erik ten Hag, a priceless goal. The final whistle here is met by boos. Samu couldn't really have done any more, could he, to get the victory for Porto. They were denied.
4 points in the last 6 games than United have in total since Ruben Amorim took charge. Ferguson, Harrison once more going quite deep. Wanted that hit. Doucouré heading it back into the fray. O'Brien was up there. Dorgu heads it clear. Back from Doucouré again for Beto. And Everton lead Manchester United. Another set piece conceded. Another goal for Beto. It is Groundhog Day. That's a nice ball for Beto's got Harrison in space. Here is Jack Harrison. Good save from Onana. Can't do anything about the follow-up. And Everton are 2 clear. And the line of Doucouré compounds Mancunian misery. Striking it right-footed and into the bottom right-hand corner. Sensational strike. Manchester United back in the game with their first shot on target of the day. They just needed a little bit of inspiration. Bruno's provided it, and it's game on again.
This is a clinical execution.
Captain by Fernandes. Jump by Beto. Ugarte, 2-2. Spectacular. A fight back nobody saw coming 10 minutes ago. That's 2 in 8 minutes for Ruben Amorim's Manchester United. And all of a sudden they look the more likely winners. And that's that.
Well, the Everton faithful think they should have had.
Manchester United changes from Arsenal at the weekend. The headline, what a night it is for the teenager Aidan Heaven. He's played well enough to get a start tonight, and he becomes the second youngest starter in either the Europa League or the Champions League for Manchester United in the early stages. Elistondo with the cross, and that was a vital piece of defending in there by De Ligt. I think the referee spotted an infringement in there. It's Oyarzabal who's down, the captain of Real Sociedad, but this was danger, Robbie. Well, it's being checked.
That for me is a penalty.
Yeah, it's being checked. It's a penalty. It's a penalty to Real Sociedad inside the opening 9 minutes. Lyon tonight at Old Trafford, a ground that was gripped with tension at kickoff. And he's so cool, and just side puts the ball into the opposite corner to where Onana was diving. And Real Sociedad hit the front in this Europa League game.
The scores he was saying.
Swept on by Casemiro, fantastic ball. It's Bruno Fernandes. Rasmus Højlund has saved it. What a stop that is from Ramiro.
Penalty, isn't it?
The referee's given a penalty for the challenge on Højlund. What a start to this match. A penalty for Sociedad. And now after the save from Ramiro, a penalty given to Manchester United. It's Fernandes against Ramiro. And he's as cool as you like. The coolest man in Old Trafford. The Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes. And the Real Sociedad lead wiped out. Højlund. Taxi shot! Good save. Coming in now, Dorgu, over he goes. Referee says, penalty! Took his time. Took his time. Had a long think about it, points to the penalty spot for the 3rd time tonight. Will he go the same way? Will he change anything? He's up against Alejandro Ramiro. And the captain delivers in fine style again. Bruno Fernandes with another brilliant penalty. penalty. Manchester United lead 2-1 on the night, 3-2 on aggregate. And they're moving close. Coming back with Dalot now, look at the space for Garnacho, 2v2, with others in red arriving. Garnacho on the run, Bruno Fernandes is in. Is this his moment? Bruno Fernandes! It's a captain's performance on a massive European night for Manchester United. And when they needed their talisman to deliver, Bruno Fernandes scores a hat-trick. And Manchester United are through. Lovely bit of skill from Rasmus Højlund. Pulled back, Dalot! 4-1. And that puts the seal on an excellent Manchester United performance and something they so badly needed.
Højlund getting the congratulations. Good little bit of skill. Dalot, the right wing-back.
The full-time whistle, and there it is. An embrace between the two coaches, but Ruben Amorim will be the one celebrating tonight. Big night, biggest. Evening, Jules. Hello again, everyone. So here come the players, and for Manchester United, it all comes down to this, and history tells you they don't always do it the easy way. Winning the season stays alive, losing the long summer of discontent begins at Old Trafford. It's a chance to save the season, a chance to qualify for the Champions League, a chance to save face in many ways. It's a night where elimination is unthinkable, but based on recent results, eminently possible. Madrid, Masraoui's found some space here for Bruno Fernandes. Nice take by Garnacho, pulled back, Ugarte! Well, that's a massive goal for Manchester United, scored by Ugarte, who doesn't get many for them by any stretch of the imagination. But the goal was put together quite brilliantly, and Onana went straight across. Dalot the runner this time as Maguire sends it forward, and Dalot's in. Angles side, Dalot scores! Well, he saved his goals this season for the Europa League, and right on the stroke of half-time, that feels massive for Manchester United. A second goal tonight, daylight on aggregate, and Diogo Dalot delivers. It's a good header in there by Casemiro, helped on, flicked on and in, and they've got a goal back, and it's Tolisso. And there was nothing that Onana could do about that. And with 20 minutes to go here at Old Trafford, Manchester United's lead cutting half, and Corentin Tolisso has just raised the stakes in here.
They kept getting the first contacts, didn't they?
Manages to find some room for the cross, and Maitland-Niles is coming in. There's the chance. Has he saved it? It's going to be in. It is. It's Lacazette. And Manchester United's lead is gone. And it's gone in 6 minutes. Hardly any emotion from Paulo Fonseca. Applause from the Man Matic. And the Lyon players celebrating. Onana kept the first one out, but he could do nothing about Lacazette's finish. Here's Lenny Yoro, and now Mason Mount. Yoro's carried on running, and just had his... He's off, got to go, yeah. Tolisso, they're going down to 10, good spot, Robbie. Second yellow, and one of the Lyon goal scorers sent off, Corentin Tolisso. Run by Tagliafico, that's a nice layoff to Malik Fofana, who's running at Harry Maguire and skipping in. Dalot got there, Cherki, chance, goal! And the 10 men of Lyon have come back to lead Manchester United in extra time at Old Trafford. And Rayan Cherki, who scored late last week in the first leg, has just rifled that past Onana. The Lyon fans have gone mad. Casemiro, that's a sloppy ball. Lacazette, Fofana coming through, he's gone over. Penalty. It's a penalty. And Luke Shaw, who's hardly played this season, concedes it. And it's going from bad to worse here for Manchester United. They're falling apart at the seams. So Lacazette versus Onana. Little stutter step, clinical. And they're so close to a semi-final now, Lyon. They've come back from nowhere. and they've scored 4 unanswered goals at Old Trafford, and they've scored 2 of them. It was Casemiro, Mainu. Casemiro with a chance, he's gone over. Referee says no penalty. Bruno Fernandes convinced it should be. Casemiro still down in the 6-yard box. There was a crowd of players there.
There you go, he's made the decision.
Here we go. Penalty. A lifeline for Manchester United. In the Europa League, and he has to score here. Manchester United's captain has to score. Old Trafford holds its breath. Bruno Fernandes delivers! And Manchester United are back in it. And there's plenty of time left. 7 minutes or so against the 10 men of Lyon. And there's belief back inside the stadium.
Oh, there's people coming back into the stadium.
There's going to be 5 minutes added on. Here's Casemiro, lifted in. Kobe Mainu takes his two. Let's just break for a second to remember there might be penalties yet. Here's Casemiro.
Maguire!
Into Maguire! Manchester United are heading to the semi-finals of one of the most remarkable nights this stadium's ever seen in European.
Kelly, thank you. Roy nailed it. Forget the past, forget the future. This is Manchester on a day when nothing else needs to matter. City unsteady on their pedestal. De Bruyne went short. Gundogan. De Bruyne squeezes something in, and Manchester City have a lead. Josko Gvardiol. How they've thirsted for that.
Well, it's been such a poor game so far in terms of quality.
John Stones is poised, but that's an awful back pass from Nunes. Ahmad.
Oh, it's penalty.
Penalty kick. Ahmad upended. Anthony Taylor on the scene, and Manchester United have a glimpse of salvation here. Bruno Fernandes may have dug out the Reds, and now there's nothing between them on Derby Day. Martinez.
He's through.
Ahmad through the middle, he's got a touch on it, and Ahmad has scored for Manchester United in the 90th minute. That's a staggering moment, a mood-turning moment. From nowhere and from behind, United have turned it round in a trice.
Interested to know after the game what's the characteristic in his team. A 10 and an... Oh, given away by Onana, and straight to Salt, who centres it. Giger is there! What a mistake from Andre Onana! Manchester United are behind in Czechia, and it's a mess all of their own making. Matty Vidra there to pounce, a familiar name. And Andre... Ahmad wants it. It's a lovely little flick through the legs. It's Ahmad, it's Højlund. He could have missed from there. Manchester United back on terms. Rasmus Højlund with the goal, but all the credit goes to Amad Diallo. A terrific run, more aggression, a bit more speed in the build-up as well, and Manchester... Fernandes, intelligent into Rasmus Højlund, they've done it! Bruno Fernandes, take a bow, fella. Manchester United haven't won away in Europe for 20 months, but they have found a way to win away from home in Europe. Inspired by Fernandes, finished by Højlund, they've got what could be the winning goal. The Pilsen players drop to the floor, they know a chance has escaped their grasp. Manchester United become the first team since Barcelona 2 years ago to win here in Europe, and as a result, for now,
there's opportunities for players who...
A little bit of a mistake by the goalkeeper, and Rasmus Højlund has shut him down. It's going to fall kindly here for Garnacho. It's another quick start for Manchester United inside 50 seconds. Once again, they're off and running. De Hurger, there's Fred Helmerson, and there's space on this left-hand side here, and Furt tries to tee it back up to the edge of the penalty area, and it's a terrific goal by Evian. Bodo Glimt always carry a threat, and Manchester United are the latest. From 9:45 this evening, and the Autumn's Nations continues at the weekend. Here's a chance for Bodo Glimt. Zinkernagel racing away to score a second goal for Bodo Glimt. This is supposed to be a welcome party for Ruben Amorim, but this wasn't on the invitation. A little bit chaotic at the end of the first half. Can Manchester United profit from that? Mazraoui in towards Højlund. Oh, that's some goal. And yes, they can profit. It's a dead-eyed finish from Manchester United's number 9 that just alleviates a little bit of the agitation that Amorim has been feeling. And adapt to the ever-changing landscape that presents itself is important. That's a good touch by Mount. It's a good cross, and there's Højlund. They're back in front again. And that's why Ruben Amorim earns the big bucks. His first experience of Old Trafford, an engaging, dynamic, concerning but victorious experience.
Thank you, Lindsay. So, a midweek where all of the Premier League teams have played meaningful games concludes tonight. And in a season where we seem to be constantly talking about Manchester United, it's fitting we end our trio of trips here at Old Trafford. Not many of us expected this to be 15 versus 20, I've got to be honest. Southampton. That one's flicked on. Have they scored now? They're waiting for the what? Well, they've scored in the Premier League now from a corner. Perfect timing.
That's unbelievable.
Brilliant ball into the near post from Fernandes, and Onana has kept everything out to this point, couldn't keep that out. Since coming off the bench, now he finds Ahmad. Manchester United flowing forward. Takes on Walker-Peters, still going. Ahmad again! How many times do Manchester United need to rely on Ahmad to get them a goal? Christian Eriksen, Ahmad's carried on running! Oh, he's done it again!
Oh, what a goal!
Cometh the hour, cometh this little man for Manchester United, who constantly delivers in the big moment for them.
From low and hard. He's done again. He's done again. Oh, there you go.
Manchester United. It's a fairy tale night for the 22-year-old. It's a stunning comeback for Manchester United.
Good evening, Mark. Good evening, everyone. So what is next? 5 defeats in their 7 home games, but in the cup competitions, Old Trafford remains a fortress. Tonight, a hero returns in the opponent's dugout, having impressed in a temporary spell in the home one. But what is next? United. Here's Bilal El Khalous, who's set up Wilfred Ndidi. It's a save, it's back to De Cordova-Reid, and it's in. And Leicester City strike first. Old Trafford, which hasn't had much to cheer about recently. Well, there was Diogo Dalot. This is Garnacho. Still Garnacho. Højlund, Zirkzee, 1-1. The Manchester United supporters roar. Fernandes floating it into an area. It's going to be attacked by Maguire. Well, the manager is big on punctuality, and with perfect timing. FA Cup holders march on. They're not pretty, but in knockout competitions at least, they are effective.